So we are live again, guys. Part 2 of the watercolor bookmark live stream. So I'm going to flip the screen and we are going to finish up. So let me do that now. Here are the pieces that I did earlier and they are, whoops, dry. I just hit the tripod. I'm going to pull up the video on my computer. There we go, part 2. So let's open this up and adjust the screen. So here we go. These are the ones we did earlier. I wanted to continue with them, but they were too wet. So now we're going to deal with these guys. So let me move this one first. These are the ones that we did with the scalloped edge that we taped them down. So you see now that the what do you call it? A saran wrap is dry. Well, it's almost dry. You can pull it off and it makes these amazing, amazing forms. And same for the underwater one. We're gonna pull this off and it makes all these like really cool shapes. So what I would do after, I'm not gonna do it now, but I'm gonna do some seaweed. I'm gonna add a fish, but I'll do that later on my own time, and I'll link up a tutorial below where I show you how to do that. This one, I'm gonna go in with a Sharpie or some Indian ink and pull out some of the shapes, draw some images on there. Again, I'm not gonna do that right now, but I will link up a tutorial where I've done that in the past. Hi Bernice, how are you? Bernice, this is part 2 of the live stream. So now I'm just gonna show you how this looks when I pull off the tape. So we're gonna pull the tape off and you'll see for the bookmark, it just makes a nice little frame. So I could go in and add more stuff to this after. What I might actually do is add some wire embellishment and make it into a greeting card, which is what I usually do for these ones. So I'm gonna pull this back here and I'll pull this one back to there. And they're still slightly damp. They're a little bit wrinkly, and then we're gonna pull this, you always pull the tape away from the painting. So see how beautiful that is with the border around the outside? So this is a good way to do watercolor bookmarks where you just tape them down to the surface. So we're gonna remove this, and I missed the first half and we'll watch it. Yeah, for sure. I don't think it's loaded yet. I think it takes a while to load those. I'm not quite sure why. I'm gonna leave these ones here because they're still drawing, and then I'm gonna go back to those another time. And like I said, I'll link up the tutorials for those below. But look at how beautiful these turned out with the frame around the outside. So this is ready to go as a bookmark. All I would have to do is sign the bottom, and it's a beautiful original piece of art and makes a really pretty bookmark. I don't even want to laminate it. I guess you probably should to protect it. You could, if it was small enough, put it in a sleeve, or you can put some, maybe laminate with an actual laminator, I would say, to really protect it. I do have the laminating machine. I wouldn't want, sometimes I put this mailman tape on there, but I wouldn't want to, there would be a seam in the middle, or contact paper, but I think laminating it would be the nicest idea. So I might sign it and laminate it and give it as a gift. So those are those guys. So let's remove that. Hi Mirta, you're back. Yay. I don't know if Mirta has sound. Last time she didn't have sound. Do you have sound, Mirta? Let me know if you have sound this time. So here are these guys. So what I want to do for this is I'm just going to remove, it's still a little wet. That's unfortunate, but I'm going to remove that and throw that out. And then I have to brush off the salt that's there. So I will get my toilet paper here, which we don't have Kleenex in the house, we just use toilet paper. So yeah, Mirta, let me know if you can hear me. No, it's my phone. Wait, I'm gonna write this. I'm not sure you can hear me. Mirta, can you hear me? I'm not sure she can hear me or not. So let's just put this here, or because I don't know if YouTube does subtitles for live streams. I don't think so. So what I'm gonna just do here, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm just gonna remove this salt because it did, I don't know if it's salt I'm using, but it sticks a little bit more than I would like it to. It's not supposed to stick so much. And I probably shouldn't use toilet paper for this because it's not gonna work super well. But yeah, this one's still a little wet, unfortunately. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do what I wanted to do with it, but just gonna get all the stuff off. Yeah, kind of, the salt stuck a little bit, but not too bad. So I'm gonna remove this and do that. So now I'm just gonna, I wish that was dry, but I'm gonna see what I could do without that. Maybe I'll just leave that end on. I'm gonna remove this. And what I might do is just take my X-Acto knife and, oh, I think I have to refresh the screen. I don't think I'm seeing the live part. There we go. Okay, that's better. I couldn't see it. No, I'm sure it's my new phone. Oh, that's too bad. So let me just, I'm gonna just cut this down here because this one is still wet. So I'm going to cut this and just leave that part here, I think, and I'll remove that, and I'm gonna remove that. And I just wanted to see if my idea would work. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. And then I'm gonna link up the replay of the live stream where I actually did the painting. So there's that. Still, I could still see it's a little damp. Boy, it takes a long time to dry. So that's gonna go over there. In fact, what I might do is just put it back with these ones, and then I'll have them all together. So I'll just stick this here. I might have to iron it or something to get it flat again. We're gonna have to see. So here's these. So my idea was to do a kind of a crisscross thing. I think this is going to be my main piece. So what I'm going to do is trim this here. This is a total experiment, and that's why I thought I'd do it live. I wasn't sure if it was going to work or not. Hopefully that will work. So let's just trim this one, the little extra off here. And earlier I told people I'd be back in half an hour, but it was about an hour ago that I did the live stream, so it's been a while. I'm going to, I don't want it too wide, but I also don't want it too thin, so I'm going to just do here and cut that. If you're wondering why I'm cutting on my dining room table, it's because this is a table Mark bought at an auction 30 or 40 years ago, so we just use it as a cutting board thing. So I think I cut it crooked, but that's all right. So now what I want to do is I'm just going to cut slices. Now I could also use scissors, but I'm going to just try this. You know how you do weaving? My idea was to do like a woven type of thing. I think my X-Acto knife isn't the best. So I want to vary the widths of these papers. I feel like I'm troubleshooting on the wire channel because this is what I do all the time. But I don't usually do this on this channel, but this is fun going live on the art channel. I like that. So let me just do this and this. So we're just going to do a few of these and maybe a closer one. I'm trying to get them somewhat straight. They don't have to be straight. Whoa, okay, so that's happened because it's not gripping very well on the paper. You have to turn it around at one point and do it that way because otherwise it's not going to grip too well. So I mean, you can also use scissors. Oh man, I don't know what that's doing. Okay, I didn't cut it very well. Okay, so maybe I can use scissors too. If I can find my scissors. Oh, I meant to get my scissors and I pulled out my pliers, which was not what I wanted to do. So yeah, I kind of butchered the paper a little bit, but I'll just go up with my scissors. Yeah, I really butchered that, but can't do much about that. So I'm gonna just bring that up. And I don't want to cut all the way to the top. So maybe I'll do, I don't need that much, maybe about here. Up to the top. Yeah, so let's just try that. So we've cut it into, looks cool though. Cut it into strips. And, hi Connie. Neat tool for cutting. Yeah, it's should be all right. So now I've got this one that I want to cut into strips the other way. So that's the idea, and then I can trim the whole thing after. So let's see if it's going to work. We're just going to cut a bunch of strips, and I don't know if they have to be the same widths or not. I haven't done weaving in so long, so I'm not sure if these should be the same widths, different widths. Let's do a few and see. So if we do like that, I'll do a few, I'll just do a couple, and then I'll see if it has to be adjusted. So the idea would be you go under, over, under. This is why I did contrasting colors, because I wanted it to be interesting. So we're gonna do like that. And then this one, can maybe go from that end. So we're gonna go over, under, over. This is very crafty, but I like crafty. So we're gonna go under, over. This is what I envisioned last night when I was thinking, oh, what can I do as a bonus video? I thought, well, why don't I do something fun like this? So we've got like, yeah, it's interesting. I think it's better when they're different widths. So let's just cut a bunch of those. You can cut them by hand too if you want. Not sure how many I need. And for the painting, I just basically just threw a bunch of paint on the paper, so that was easy. We can do one that's sort of an equal length. I don't know how many of these we're gonna need, just a few. Let's not cut myself. Okay. Oh, is Peggy on? Hi Peggy, how are you? Yeah, I told you guys half an hour, and it ended up being I was gone an hour, so and my things still aren't dry, which is unfortunate. But so we're gonna do the weaving. I may as well finish it while I'm on the live stream, and it shouldn't take too long. And then we're just gonna push this one up. This reminds me of work that I've done with Patricia, my friend Patricia Srigley. She does a lot of fun stuff like this, and she has a really cool collage class that she does. Kind of liking the way this is turning out. You can't really see where I tried to cut it and it didn't work so well. So I don't know if I want these like right up together, because you could push them up more. You could have these closer together if you wanted to. I think it just, you know, just depends on what kind of look you want to go for. And then we can put maybe a straight strip across in there. And then, of course, I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna hold it all together. I think you could laminate this. I didn't heat up my laminator, so I don't think I'll do that, but I could laminate it with tape or contact paper. See, there's a straight strip across. That's interesting. And then under here, and under here, there. Did you do this on watercolor paper? Yes, so this is the hot press paper that I use. You can use any watercolor paper, cold press paper. You pretty well need watercolor paper to get these effects with the watercolor. But you can, of course, do this project with anything you like. You can use pencils, crayons, any kind of thing. You could just use scrapbook paper. You can use and magazines, so many different things that you could use to do this weaving. I just like the way it looks with the watercolor, and you definitely want to do contrasting colors. So using the orange and blue, they're opposite colors, so it works well, they pop, so that's good. So we're just gonna bring that one in here, and I think I'll have to do a few more strips. I'm gonna go all the way down, and then I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna finish the whole thing. So that should be interesting. And Peggy, do you know if Amber's around? I didn't message her, I just went straight on live, so I didn't get a chance to DM her, but if you get a chance to DM her, you can tell her that I'm live, although she's probably pretty busy. I think her Thursdays are pretty busy, so that's why I generally don't do live streams. These are my wire one on Thursdays. So there we go. And we're gonna have to do a few more. This is looking super funky. I love it. So let's do more of these. I love it when things actually turn out how I wanted them to. This might be enough with just 3 more, and then I could use the scraps for something else. So we're gonna do this here, and there, and there, and then go from the other side. I like that they're cut at different, these ones are cut on an angle. It just looks nicer, so we're gonna go like that. And then we might have room for one more. Let's hope so. I could always push these up a little bit if I want room for one more. We're gonna see. Wiggle, wiggle. Okay, and there. I made a wallet with that pattern with duct tape. Oh my gosh, I did that years ago, those duct tape wallets with this design. You're right, oh my gosh. That's a blast from the past. I used to teach crafts at the local library, and we did duct tape wallets and stuff, which was super fun, and duct tape jewelry and so many things. Yeah, there we go. So that works. Now, how in the world am I gonna hold it together? That's the question, because you can just put like little dabs of glue, which might be a good option, because I'm not even sure I want to laminate this. So let me go get my white glue, and I think I'm just gonna glue it together. That looks funky. I like it. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. I have two kinds of tacky glue, one from the dollar store and one from the art store. Connie used to do duct tape projects. I guess you did that with your kids, eh, in the school? That's awesome. So let me just make sure this glue works. There you go. Okay, that's gonna work. So now, of course I splooched it on the table. Now we're going to take this and very carefully put a little dab of glue, not too much. I don't know if this is gonna hold or not. I could also put hot glue, I guess. I just don't want it to, maybe it'll be all right. Let's just try it. I mean, it's probably gonna hold in place pretty well anyways, because of they're really tightly in there, but I also want them to be pretty secure. Or two-sided tape. I guess you could use two-sided tape. There. And there. Yeah, whoops. Oh, that one slipped out. That's funny. There we go. And I want that to be like kind of straight across like that. So we're gonna have to like push these down a bit so they're gonna hold. Let me know if you guys have suggestions for other glues that might stick faster, because I mean, it's all right, but it's not the best. I sew leather. Oh, cool. Yeah, nice. Yeah, you could do this with leather. That'd be cool. Okay, so get in there, you. Okay, there you go. I'm gonna do that one. And little one here. I don't have a fast way to do this, unfortunately, but I might just wing it and then glue more later. At least you guys get the idea. And I'm gonna have to also do the bottom. Get in there, yeah. And then this one too. So we have the basic gluing, and then sometimes it's good to get a paper and to rub it. Let me just grab a scrap paper. Okay, so yeah, so make sure these are all like lined up, and then just stick a paper and do that. It's going to be easier to get it to hold. Okay, same for this side. And go over, make sure it's flat. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then now down here we have these ones that we definitely want to do these. Get in there, yeah. And that one. And that one. Okay, so we're gonna do that and rub it on there. It's beautiful, thank you. Is that Fabri-Tac quick drying? Fabri-Tac, is that fabric glue? I've never heard of that. I mean, sometimes when I want glue to dry really fast, I just use hot glue. Like I've even used hot glue on paper before. But I don't know that fabric glue. Sounds interesting. Oh, no, what am I doing here? Oh, that one's done. This one. That one. And it doesn't matter if this glue. I guess I glued those ones. Okay. Oh yeah, I glued those when I was going horizontally. So we're gonna do this. There we go. And then these, I mean, we can still do these ones. Let's just do them fast. Get in there, you. Glue. There we go. And that one. And that one. And that one. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect for this sample, but just to get an idea, you want to glue all your little bits on there. I'm gonna get this guy. There you go. So yeah, if you guys have any other ideas, it's a fabric glue that crafters use in journals. Okay, I'll check that out for sure. Nice. Kat, hi Kat, nice to see you. Kat, this is part 2 of the live stream. I was doing painting, and then now I am putting all the pieces together. The glue is somewhat working. It's not amazing, but you get the idea. So I'm not sure why that's not, whoops, that one's wiggling around. So if you guys can get a fast drying glue to do for that, that would be better. And then the idea would be after that, at the top, I've just like scored it to there. So I think I'm just gonna cut it straight. I hope I should have not cut it all the way up, but it's not too bad. So you just try not to cut all the way to the top, and then it's gonna hold better at the top. So there's that, and then down here, we're gonna cut it across the bottom, and hopefully it's gonna stay together. You can always add some glue if you need. And then we wanna just give it a little bit of a haircut. So we're going to, I would use the X-Acto knife, but I think it's gonna distort it. So I'm just going to take my scissors and cut up all the way up here. And I bet I could keep these little bits and use them for a collage project. I don't like to waste things. So that looks good. Look how clean it looks once you've trimmed it. It's one heavy duty bookmark, I'm telling you. That's for sure. And then, yeah, I might want to add some glue to the back side of some of these, but just for the sake of the live stream, I'm just going to do it like that. So that's it, guys. So it's this one. You could laminate it if you wanted to. This one, I left a little bit of the white of the paper. I would have liked to cover that. We could even make it smaller. Like if you did want to make it smaller, you can trim it smaller. This thing's bothering me. But you could do whatever size you want. And then the other one that I did was that I pulled off the paper, or the tape, was this one. And it has a nice frame on it. So these two are finished, and then later I'll finish this one with, I'm going to add a fish to that one and then do some drawing on that one. So I'll post pictures of those later, maybe do a quick follow-up video just to show the results. And I'm gonna flip the screen. Looks cool, thank you. Yeah, oh, and you missed the whales, Kat, that's right. Oh, that's too bad, but I'm probably gonna do more whales because those turned out really well. I'm gonna do some more. I'm just gonna flip the screen, and that's it for today, guys. So we finished off these ones. They're super cool. And yeah, so congratulations everybody who finished the 10-day bookmark making challenge. I'm going to put a slide to show together this weekend. If you need a few extra days, Amber, I know you might need a few more extra days, so let me know if you need some extra days to submit the bookmarks, and I'll hold off on doing the slideshow until everybody's ready. There's no rush on that at all. So guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for participating in the bookmark challenge, and we'll see you the next time. Bye.